साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Welcome everyone. I'm Lynn and today we have Gulshan with us.
Hi.
She's braved the camera again. Been absent for a few weeks, sitting on the other side. And also welcome to Uttam and Priya. Priya, nice to see you again. There's a few people online who it's their first time. Welcome, Deb, Radhya, and others who've been here before, Stanley, Robert. Today we'll go through what is Sahaja Yoga and self-realization, which is always good to revise if you've been with us for a few times already. And then we're going to concentrate a little bit more on one of our energy centers or a number of our energy centers, in the void area. And Gulshan will tell us a little bit more about that later. We've also got beside us our foot soak buckets, which we had last week. If it's your first time tonight, don't worry about it. We'll tell you what we're doing, but you can just do whatever we're doing without the bucket. First thing is we've taken our shoes off, as everyone here has, but online, if you would also like to take off your shoes, because as we all know, we are made of the elements of nature, so the earth and the water and the fire, and we like to keep in touch with those elements, especially once we go through our self-realization. So just whip off your shoes. In a little while, we'll also take our socks off so we can use the buckets, but we'll go through what is self-realization. I guess, Gulshan, it's realizing ourself.
Yes, connecting with ourselves, getting to know ourselves.
Getting to know ourselves.
And also awakening the Kundalini within us, which is really important, which Shri Mataji has allowed it to happen to us.
Shri Mataji, the lady in the photograph, she's the one who originally showed us and has shown everyone what this process is, where we get our, I guess, self-realization is similar to your enlightenment, where you get connected to the cosmic consciousness. And it's something that we would have gone to the mountains and tried to clear ourselves and maybe get it at the end of our life. Well, we're starting our life with self-realization, which is, I'm going to go to the chart. So you'll see there's many of you who've already done some yoga. Deb, I know you've been doing some yoga. Yoga, actually, the actual meaning of yoga is the connection with the all-pervading power. Is that right, Gulshan, or is there something more we can say about yoga?
It is the all-pervading power that loves mankind and does everything in this world.
And that, these days it's become more of like an exercise, but there's always that little element of meditation. Whether you actually meditate or do just a mental exercise is another thing, or you go to sleep like some people might. Yes. But so yoga is that connection with the divine, or the cosmic consciousness all around. And this particular yoga meditation that we're doing is Sahaja Yoga, which is spontaneous. And we don't override your own free will. We're actually asking, you're asking for it. So we won't put it on you, but you will ask for it. And what you're asking for is we have within us, we all have within us this kundalini, which is our coiled up power that's at the base of the spine. And that is the power that we're awakening. We ask this mothering, nurturing energy, which is in all of us, to awaken. I'll just tell you a little bit about what this system is. So you can see here we've got 3 channels. And that, interestingly enough, is where we live our lives. So mostly before our self-realization, we're either on the yellow side on the right, which is the future, or we're on the blue side, on the left side, which is the past, and our emotions and our desires. So generally, we have our desires and then we act on them on the right side. So we're switching from our left side to our right side. Some of us may be more left-sided and some of us may be prone more to right-sided. Here in the West, in Australia, at the moment, perchance, we tend to be more focused on the future and the right side, action, making things happen. And others, or if you find yourself worrying about the past and what's happened, or reacting to lots of things and getting very strong emotions, that means you're in the left side. And the amount that disturbs you is how far you've gone left or how far you've gone right or into the future. So the place we're going to with our self-realization is this central channel, which is the present. So we're trying to bring ourselves into the present. It's difficult to be in the present. So you can try that exercise. Just try to be in the present right now. Some of you who've already risen your Kundalini energy will find it easier than others, but just trying to go into the present, it's a difficult thing. If you see your thoughts, you're thinking about, when am I going to have my dinner? Or I ate too much when I rushed my dinner before I came here, or you know, anything. And it's thoughts. If you're thinking, it's the past or the future. So it's where we're going to with self-realization is that we're going to realize we are actually the spirit, which is actually residing in our heart. So it's our heart, it's our feeling place. And when this energy that we ask, which we'll do in a minute, to awaken, it automatically, spontaneously, that's the Sahaja part of the yoga, takes us beyond our thinking and up and connects us with the all-pervading energy, the cosmic consciousness. So that's the self-realization that we want. We want to be connected. So you need to have that desire. So no one's forcing on anyone. And that's what we go through when we go through the first time, asking for that energy to be awakened. All of these centres, the interesting thing is the placement of all of these energy centres or chakras. Many of you will know that they're called chakras. You'll see that our Kundalini energy is actually above our first energy centre, which is the Muladhara chakra, the centre of our innocence. So it's all our, excretory functions and procreation functions, and they're all below that centre. So it's actually, our innocence is supporting our pure desire, which is that we can be connected to our spirit and the cosmic all-pervading energy all around. And when that happens, we get our silence, our thoughtless awareness, and our centres start to balance out. We're going to do, after we go through this self-realisation, we will do a little balancing out of ourselves and try to bring ourselves from the right and left more into the centre. And our goal of being here today together is to get up here and get that little bit of silence where we get refreshed by that cosmic consciousness and feel that today. And the other side activity is that we expand that feeling and expand that central channel. Other interesting thing about this channel of the present is that it's responsible for all of our automatic activities. So our evolution, our growth, what else is it?
Breathing.
Heart, very hard. We can we can concentrate on our breathing and try to slow it down a bit, but ultimately it happens automatically. Our heart beats automatically. So
Our digestion.
Yeah,
It just happens.
and same with our meditation. So it's not a mental exercise. So we may have done other yogas or other exercises which have been in the brain. So where you're trying to control yourself, you're in the brain doing that. So it's a letting go and feeling it.
Yeah.
So I guess we talk a lot about trying to feel it rather than think it.
With the physical exercise too, which a lot of people think for some may think that's the way. The other marked difference between that and Sahaja Yoga is that this connects us to the power of love, which the exercise may make us feel good momentarily. With the endorphins are released, but it doesn't necessarily expand the capacity to love within us.
And what you will also be taking us through a little bit later is that ocean of illusion, which is matter and its impact on us.
That's right.
And when that energy is awakened, taking us beyond that pressure of matter to the heart, which is our goal, where our spirit is, which is heart. I talk a lot. And don't forget, if you have any questions or I'm just confusing you, just let me know. What we want to do is go into that state of meditation, and our first time we do it, to get our realisation, we need to ask for it. And then every other time, of course, we have our short form of getting into meditation, which we showed you last week, Priya. And let's do that. So there are just a number of affirmations and questions to bring our attention inside. And even if you've done it before, it's really good to do it again, to go through that process. So does anyone have any questions before we go on? We've got our buckets there. Hopefully they're not getting too cold.
Yes.
So let's go through that first stage of our meditation, where we ask for that energy to be awakened. So you've got your shoes off. We're connected to the earth with our feet on the earth and our two hands open on our lap. We will close our eyes, or if your eyes are a little bit overactive, you can just look towards the candle and even the photograph there of Shri Mataji. So once you have that energy awakened, you have vibrations. And anyone who has their self-realization or has been born with their self-realization will have vibrations. And Shri Mataji, who obviously started this whole collective process of self-realization, has heaps of vibrations. So we always like to use a photograph of Shri Mataji where possible. So we maximize the vibrational effect. So we're going to place our right hand. So the right hand of action, we're going to place it at various chakras on our left side. We'll be starting at our heart. We'll go down to the upper part of the stomach, the lower part of the stomach. We'll come back up to the upper part again. We'll go back to our heart. We'll go to our neck. We'll go to our forehead at the front, our forehead at the back, and then we'll ask for our self-realization to be established and strengthened, and to have it for the first time if it's your first time with us. So let's just take our attention inside. If you're able to close your eyes, just let them close so you don't get distracted by anything around. Obviously, if you need to see what I'm doing, you can open your eyes. So just focus on your breath for a minute, just to take your attention inside. So this is your journey. So just try to establish that relationship with your own spirit and with your own power of Kundalini energy, that energy of evolution that we all have. So we'll go to our heart with our right hand on the heart on the left-hand side. We're just going to ask to ourself, to our higher self, who am I? Who am I and why am I here on this earth? What is my purpose? Just coming down to that upper part of the stomach, just at the bottom of the ribs. This is our center of self-mastery. We're going to ask our mothering energy, our mother Kundalini, or Mother Nature. Mother, am I my own master? So we get dominated by material things. We think we need so many things. But who is that is telling us that we need them? Am I my own master? So now we'll go down further, just the lower part of the stomach where the leg and the body join, that hip area on the left-hand side still. Now this is adjacent to where our evolutionary power is waiting. Now she is a mothering energy. This is the feminine aspect. And we're going to ask her, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge, the true knowledge of myself. So this is the question to awaken our pure energy, a pure desire to evolve. Please give me the pure knowledge of myself, my true self, really desiring from your heart. Now just coming back up to the upper part of your stomach. See, your own mothering energy is just waiting for you to ask that question. So immediately she will rise. In everyone, it happens. So you don't need to doubt. So now at this center of our self-mastery, we can affirm by saying that I am my own master. We've awakened the knowledge of ourselves, which is the knowledge of where we are in the universe. What's the state of our being? That's all available to us. We'll start to feel it on our hands. I am my own master. So now we can say that very confidently, that I am my own master. Saying it to yourself quite a few times. I am my own master. Now we'll come back up to the heart. And here is why we are our own master. We are our own master because we are the spirit. So we'll confirm that I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. I'm not this body. I'm not the matter. I'm not all the things. I am the pure spirit. So it's also the I who watches everything we do. So we're one step removed from our actions because we are the spirit. We can watch what we're doing. The human part of us, we're watching our human part. Spirit is our eternal nature. That's what we are. So you can never affirm this too many times. I am the pure spirit. Now, as our energy rises up through that central channel, let's go up to the neck. Just turning your head a little to the right, just grab that left shoulder and neck area. You probably feel it's quite tight. But here, this energy center or this chakra gets constricted by feeling guilty. And we've got the habit of feeling guilty. We think that that makes us a better person. It's not. We're not guilty. We're the spirit. And let's just take it all out. It's very relieving to take out the guilt, actually. So just say that quite a number of times. I'm not guilty. Literally just saying that will release it. I am not guilty. Just say it as many times as you need to. I am not guilty. Mother energy, I am not guilty. And then she'll flow into that area. You'll feel so much relief. Mother energy, I am not guilty. And we'll go up to the brain center now, just placing our forehead in the palm of our hand, holding it quite firmly. You can just drop your head a little bit into the palm of your hand. And as we go up into this area, we want to slip through that culmination of ego and superego by forgiving. I forgive everyone. and I forgive myself. I forgive. We are the spirit, so we can forgive. And also that energy of the universe forgives us. So let's just clear that, reverse the backside of our head. Tipping our head up, we can rest the head on the back of the head on your palm now. When you tip your head up, and let's just awaken that forgiveness to ourselves. We'll just say, Mother Energy, if I've made any mistakes that I know about or I don't know about against my spiritual evolution, please forgive me. If I've made any mistakes, please forgive me. And then coming up to the top of our head, stretching your palm, place the palm of the right hand on the top of the center of your head. So that's a fontanelle area, which was soft when you were a baby. You press it down and just massaging it in a clockwise direction. You're just moving the scalp with your hand and asking, if it's the first time you're doing it, you're asking, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please strengthen my self-realization. Either of those requests. Please establish my self-realization, my connection with the cosmic consciousness. So then just releasing the hand, just raise it up a little bit, and that lovely energy will start flowing through the top of your head, ever so subtle. If you've done this quite a few times, you should be feeling a little flow on the palm of your hand. If it's warm or cool, it's fine. If it's cool, it's fabulous. If it's warm, it's clearing, so it's also a good thing. But it should go cool after some time. So you can take your hand in different positions, either higher or closer to your head. Just see if you can feel that, because it's quite subtle, but very nice to feel it. Even try with the other hand, the left hand. Bring it close to your head, even rest it on the scalp. You feel it might be warm on the top of your head, but as you take your hand up, you can feel it's a little bit cool. Might be far away or it might be close. Just wherever it is, keep your attention there. So keep feeling it. Bring your both hands down on your lap. They're open on your lap. And when you awaken this energy, you can feel it there on top of your head and also in the palms of your hands. So while your attention is back up there at the top of your head, also be aware of the palms of your hands, because each of your chakras are represented by the fingers and by the center of the palm. Should be feeling a nice flow in the palm, which relates to that top energy center, the seventh center that you've just awakened. You might feel a nice cool flow in the palm. You may feel some tingling on some of the fingers, and that's okay. So you can see what work needs to be done, or simply where your attention needs to go. which we'll do a little bit in a minute with our buckets. So just take your attention back to the top of your head. See what's happening on the top of my head. And still breathing and feeling. And just slowly opening your eyes. It's our first meditation, and we'll just try to strengthen that feeling. If you have a bucket beside you or in front of you, you might like to pop your feet into it. Maybe Gulshan, you'd like to give us some balancing.
Yeah, just a little bit on the void.
And maybe you can mention the void while we're doing that as well. That'd be good.
All right. So for those of us that have got our buckets, it's great. And those that don't, not to worry at all, because we'll still go through the clearing process and we'll keep it simple so that for first time it's easy to recall when you have to do that again tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. Just very briefly about the void chakra, which is the larger part of our stomach, as you can see on the chart. The little one in the middle is the Nabi chakra. That's to do with our satisfaction, our calmness and generosity. But then the biggest circle around it, that's okay.
It's okay.
Thank you. The largest circle around the stomach, that's the void chakra within us. And that is to do with our boundaries of good habits. So that on that chakra, or actually each of those chakras that are within us, there was a special incarnation that came to explain to us about it. And this area here, we had 10 special incarnations that came to talk to us, explain to us about good behavior, good conduct, and how to, if you stay within that framework of good habits and good thoughts, then you are protected, you are safe, because we're doing the right thing. But if we step out of those boundaries, it's a bit hard. And that's when we stretch our on the left or the right side. Either we go to the extreme of the left or we go to the extreme of the right. And that's where we take ourselves into unpleasant places, whether it be on the right side or the left side. So the idea is to be in balance. And they were the teachers who came to teach us about good habits. A lot of Eastern cultures, for instance, emphasize good conditionings. And those good conditionings are good to hold on to. But some of the conditionings as such, our conditionings are not so good. But there are good conditionings and then there are not so good conditionings. And the good conditionings are the ones that if you hold on to those and you practice them, and one of them, the basic one that Shri Mataji talks a lot about, is to be in balance. And that's, this area also takes us into that. So when you're in balance, you're not too much stretched to either of the extremes. So your personality and your character is also in balance. And it also, the most important thing why we have to be in balance is because when you're in balance, the Kundalini can rise up, much easier for her to rise. And the more she can come up, the easier it is for us to get into thoughtless awareness, which is where we meditate and which is where we grow and our Kundalini grows. So that's a really important chakra. And the reason why we're using water to clear is because each of our chakras are made of certain elements. So light is to do with the forehead. If you may have noticed, when you sit in front of a bonfire and you watch the flames, you go thoughtless. And to clear these lower chakras, we use the water. So each chakra is cleansed by the quality that it's made of. We will stop talking now because that's too much chatter, and let's get on with the practice. So for those of us that don't have buckets, we ask you to take your shoes off, and which you probably have, And for those of us that do have the buckets, hope it's salted, and we'll take our socks off. And to begin this process of foot soak, we will just enhance our Kundalini energy and raise ourselves, raise our Kundalini and give ourselves abundance as well. This is just a very simple process one does before and at the end. And the reason to do this is very simple. We raise the Kundalini 3 times to the top of the head and place it there for the 3 channels within us. And we do it 7 times, the bandhan or the bond of protection around us. That's for the 7 chakras we have within us. So there's a reason for everything that we do.
Even the balance. We did have a question a few weeks ago about why balance.
Yeah.
And that's because if you're going to the right, you're getting fanatical with the good conditionings.
Yes.
If you go to the left, you're being lazy.
Yes.
So the balance is.
Yeah. And sometimes you forget the reason for the conditionings and you start to put in the effort.
Yeah.
And then that just leads you nowhere because you're putting in all that effort and it's not achieving anything because it's lost the meaning.
That's right. So, and you feel very proud that, oh, I did this and I had 4 foot soaks and I did that. So I should be feeling everything.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. All right. So let's just raise our Kundalini. Left hand in front of us and the right hand rotates. Bring it in and out. Watching your left hand as we bring it up, tip your head up to the top of your head and we tie a knot. Second time. Watching your left hand, attention on it, dip your head up and we tie 2 knots. And the third time, we will tie 3 knots on top of our head. And now we do the bandhan again with the right hand because that's the hand of action, starting from the left side, over the top of your head to the right and back. And let's do that 7 times for the 7 chakras. Okay, and the water, ladies, should be warm. And our apologies if it's little on the tepid or cool side. We did try to keep it.
Is it too cold? Oh, excellent.
Okay, what about you, Priya? It's all right. Okay, so feet in our buckets, hands open. And at this point, we either watch the flame or Shri Mataji's forehead, the bindi especially, that calms our thoughts away. And this is really easy and very relaxing process. To clear the left side, we are just going to drop the right hand towards the earth. I'm going to take our attention inside. And nice and slow, bring it up to the top of your head. You can keep your eyes open. In that case, please watch the flame. If your eyes are closed, then we take our attention to the top of our head.
And you can do this without a bucket as well, if you're doing it.
Works just fine. Some of us don't have buckets here and they're doing this, so you're not alone. And here it's just with your heart felt desire, please ask the mothering energy within us, Mother Kundalini, please take away all the lethargy, all the heaviness, all the obstructions from my left side into the earth through the right hand. Mother Kundalini, please clear my left side. Mother Kundalini, please take away all the obstructions, all the negative energy, all the weakness from my left side, and please let it be released into the earth through the right hand. And at this point, if you do feel heat on your left fingertips or tingling sensation, that's okay because it's just clearing. And sometimes it takes a few goes to get your hand feeling cool, but that's okay. And the Futsuk itself doesn't need to be any more than 10 minutes. That's all you need to do for your subtle system to come into balance. Again, just watching on top of our head and seeing how we feel on our left hand. The heat of the tingling sensation does tend to go down. And that means it's time to swap our hands. So we bring our right hand on our lap and just raise the left hand from the elbow up towards the ether, the sky. And here we're going to ask Mother Energy to please take away all the excessive heat that is within me. Mother Kundalini, please release that into the air. Mother Kundalini, please take away all my over-planning, my thoughts, my excessive thinking, my fears, my worries. Please let it be released from the right side into the air through the left hand. Also on the right side, we have our attention. And when we overuse our attention, our liver heats up. And that affects our attention even more. So here, please ask Mother Kundalini, please cool down my attention. Mother Kundalini, please cool down my attention. Mother Kundalini, please cool down and steady my attention. Sometimes I find if I have had a really rushed day, the first thing I find that is affected is the attention. So it's good to just release all of that excessive heat that we store up in our body on the right side that affects our attention. Just watch your right hand, how it starts to settle down from pinpricks, from heat, to a very, very gentle, cool breath-like sensation or air that floats on your hand. You can bring your left hand back onto your lap, palms up. Mother Kundalini, please let my central channel be cleaned and cleared so that the Kundalini can rise to my Sahasrara. And in order to do that, let's do a very practical exercise, which is to bring our right hand in front of our subtle system, our body, and then just raise it nice and slow to the top of your head. And that is just lifting the Kundalini, and this works beautifully. So let's do it another 2 more times. Just place it on top of your head. And just to ease away the pressure on our head, forehead, let's just place our right hand on the forehead. Apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm on the sides of your head. And please lower your head into your hands. You're almost as if you're cradling your head into your hand. Let's a few times. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, please make me a forgiving person. Mother Kundalini, please give me the strength to be a forgiving person. Now we're just going to place our right hand, as we did earlier, place our right hand on top of our head on the soft part. So you place your palm and apply good pressure. If you just lift your fingers away from your head, that sort of helps apply pressure. We're just going to rotate it in a clockwise direction, exactly as Lynn said, starting from your left forward to your right and back. That's the movement. And we're just going to ask the mothering energy, Mother Kundalini, please rise. Mother Kundalini, please rise. Mother Kundalini, please rise. And please strengthen my self-realization. And as Shri Mataji has allowed this to happen to mankind, and her vibrations are exceptionally strong, we are going to request Shri Mataji to please strengthen my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please strengthen my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please strengthen and establish my self-realization. Bring your hand back onto your lap, and just for a moment, still just keep your eyes closed. Take your attention to the top of your head where you had your hand a moment ago. So with no thoughts, just watch that space on top of your head. Let the thoughts go by and just watch the space on top of your head. So just open your eyes briefly now. See how you feel on your hands. And if you had that moment of no thoughts in your head, that is mental silence. And foot soak is very useful because it cleanses our chakras. And it's just easier to come back into balance and to go into meditation. But let's just finish up by placing our hands, crossing our hands and placing them on our ego and superego, the two institutions. And we're just going to sweep them all the way down along our body into the water. Again, from your ego, superego, uncross and sweep it down all the way into the bucket. Okay, for those of us that have water on the side, you could rinse your feet, or you have paper towels, you can just wash your feet, wipe your feet with that. And
We have water this time. We didn't have it last week. And we've got paper towel.
And we will just leave our buckets to the side for now and continue with the rest of the program, and then you can place it, chuck the water away into when we finish.
Just putting the buckets to the side. Yeah.
Okay. And apart from bringing us into balance, foot soak, it's really beneficial because you sleep really well. That's the other added bonus. It cleanses your system and you sleep well.
Sleep.
Yeah. Oh, but talk is
Oh,
on.
I'm just doing this while we're talking.
Okay.
So don't be rushed.
All right. So I can really thoroughly recommend doing a foot soak if you've had a difficult slow day, warm water. But if you've been rushing all day, it's nice to have a tepid temperature and be feeling very hot too. Sometimes good to release it out. I'll get out of the way.
So we've just got an excerpt of excerpts, actually, a few excerpts from different talks of Shri Mataji talking about this void area. So we wanted to have a little bit more inspiration on that area and what it means. And about the foot soak, if you've not actually done it before, we will put some information about what we did with the foot soaking in the WhatsApp group or on the messenger, if that's the way we're talking. And I'll share this screen with you now.
These days, Kali Yuga is the modern times. What was the Kali Yuga? The days of confusion is over, and it's called as Krita Yuga. Means where this living force will act, and this living force has to act through you. You become the medium of that living force. Actually, you become the master of it. How it happens is automatically, by the grace of God, it works out. You cannot sell anything that is the grace of God. What is the value of that? On this point only, many people discard Sahaja Yoga because they think that it cannot be sold, so it must be useless. It is so invaluable that you cannot pay for it. Now the rising of the Kundalini has to take place first of all. But with these three advantages, the fourth advantage is the highest, that you become the spirit. The spirit is the one who is the master in you. So you become your own master, you become your own guru. Nobody has to tell you, do this or do that. You are guided. Because as soon as the Kundalini rises, you start feeling the cool breeze in your hands. And these are giving you a new vibrations, a new dimension, by which you know whether to do this or not. For example, you want to do something, you want to buy a book. You don't have to decide about it. As soon as you go near the book, either it will give you cool breeze, or it may make you hot, or may a little bit burn also if it's a horrid one. And you don't want to have that at any cost. You want to have the cool breeze because you enjoy it. So you just give up. You just give up things without anybody telling you, because your vibrations tell you. The spirit that is now shining your attention tells you. And you start understanding that now I have become my own guru. Because your guru is sitting inside you as the spirit. It has not yet manifested in your attention, and that's why you are worried. But just it manifests. And once it manifests, you are amazed that you yourself have become a guru of yourself. You don't need anybody else to tell you, but you can do it yourself. You can find out yourself. Nobody has to give any explanation or correction or anything. You just start improving yourself. Automatically it works. A little bit, if you know how to decode it and how to work it out, your problems, you just manage it. You become yourself a guru. That's the thing you have to be. So today the master within us is the spirit. But before realization, we are not the master. Because the master has not come in our conscious mind. It is not expressing in our conscious mind, in the sense that we are not empowered by its powers. The spirit exists, it has its own powers, but we haven't felt those powers within us. Once we feel the powers of the spirit, we are empowered by our own powers which are there. The powers are within us. These are our own powers. We don't have to borrow from anyone, ask from anyone, they are in ourselves. The spirit is within us. Only thing that spirit has to give light in our in our consciousness. It has to come in our consciousness. In simple medical terminology, we can say that the spirit must manifest itself in our central nervous system. In our central nervous system. It's very simple. That you become master of yourself and you master the disease also. You master everything. Because the master is within you. It has not come in your conscious mind. It's the only link is left. And when that happens, yoga takes place, union takes place. We should now completely keep ourselves limited to self-realization. About God, I'll tell you next time. Self-realization means to bring your spirit into your conscious mind. And that's what you have to become, the master. And that mastery is very simple because it's all built within you. Just it has to be connected. Like anything like a television set is to be connected to the mains. It's all built in, it's there. It just starts working. In the same way, you are that. You are that. Just it is to be connected. Whatever may be your caste, community, race, nationality, shapes, heights, anything, whatever it may be, makes no difference because all of you have got this great thing within you, this power of a rebirth. And you are to be born again and you will be born again. Why not today? When we talk about realization, one has to know, first of all, that we have to have patience with ourselves. I know some people don't feel so good. Some people still have sicknesses. Some people don't even feel vibrations sometimes. Have patience with yourself. When you become your own guru, first thing, as the guru has patience with his or her disciple, you must have patience with yourself. In that patience, you will learn that you can tolerate so many things without any trouble. There's say one person who goes on grudging, oh, this is not good, that is not good. Because they have no patience with themselves. If you have patience with yourself, everything you'll accept. Wherever you are with yourself because you are realized souls. So you won't frustrate, you will not get angry. And also you will not go on grumbling and grudging. Because you are enjoying yourself. So to develop the Guru principle within you, first of all, you must develop yourself fully. Now how to develop yourself for Guru principle, one must see. We have got the 10 principles within you, as I told you before. And we should develop these all 10 principles in such a way that we stand out from others. There should be absolute truth with it. So much so that you should manifest them. And all these truths have powers. By every truth that is within you established, you don't have to do anything, they work out themselves. So first of all, you must get your chakras all right. On the chakras, you must put your attention. After the samadhi state, you will start opening them out properly. Clear them out. Know what are the chakras that are bad. I've seen people who have very bad few chakras and many good chakras, but they will be only enjoying the good chakras and will not worry about the bad ones. Pay attention to your bad chakras. Cleanse them, cleanse them. Put all your attention to that.
We'll just finish off with a little meditation after that. I'll just play some music and just let your eyes close, hands open, just a couple of minutes, and I'll just share this music with you. Just touch the top of your head to remind yourself where to keep your attention.
Shiva
So just, oh, sorry. Just be aware how your hands are feeling, how your attention was. Okay. Slowly opening your eyes, maintaining that state. We'll again finish that meditation by raising our Kundalini with our hands and putting on the bandhan of protection. And then, of course, we can have any questions or anything you want to share. So let's do the roly-poly with our hands up to the top, tying our knot. 1, second center, 2 knots, third channel, 3 knots. And then we put those lovely vibrations over our aura, over and back, 1 for each chakra, 7 chakras we have. So we'll do it 7 times. And this is how you can start and finish your meditation and your foot soak. I think that was 7. Thanks, Gulshan. So thanks for joining, everyone. Now, if you have any questions, feel free, either on the chat or you can unmute. How did you go, Uttam?
Good, thank you.
Felt good after the foot soak? Priya?
Just wondering what I know. What's the name of this circular thing on the side?
Oh, isn't that like a...
That's the Shri chakra, which is on the left shoulder. That's just another sub-chakras that we have.
Oh, so there's...
So we've got 7
one.
chakras and then we've got all these sub-chakras.
Yeah.
It's a very...
So that's only for one of them.
Yeah.
Which shoulder is that one?
But that actually is just the pattern that I've done, but we do have sub-chakras as well. Yeah.
And they don't have names?
They do. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise it gets too confusing. So we'll just work with the main ones for now.
What's that called?
Sorry, Shri chakra?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shri chakra.
Shri chakra.
Yeah.
Yoga is very extensive.
Yes, it is. It is, yeah. How did you feel on your hands with them? And thoughts? A bit better?
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Daya. Thank you, Guida. Your comments? And Deb? Thank you, Deb. And Robert also. Hope you're feeling well, Robert. You've recovered from your operation. Oh.
I think that's some of the messages Surendra's pointing to.
Oh, no, I think I've seen them all now.
Okay.
So for those people online, I'm just going to put some music on so you can continue meditating, or we'll see you next week as we go along our subtle system, move up to the heart perhaps next week.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, and we shall get on with disposing our buckets now. Priya, how did you find the feeling on your hands? Oh, that's all right. Is there one hand a bit warmer than the other?
No, I don't feel it on my fingers. I feel it in my hands.
Yeah.
The fingers are cool.
Okay.
My palm is just like,
Oh,
like when I feel.
one more than the other?
Great, Robert. Good to hear that you're feeling better.
The right is a bit more warmer.
Slightly
That
warmer,
means,
just a bit more.
oh, okay. So it just means if you do that, then you're releasing all the heat into the air, or whether you excessive something on the right side that needs to be cleared a little bit more. So that's just what it's saying. And thoughts, are they a bit better now? Or?
Yes, I start off good.
Yeah.
In terms of just focusing, trying to focus, even if it's too long.
Yeah.
Still working on it.
At that point, then it's good to just go, okay, where am I? What am I thinking?
Yeah.
and let the thought just pass by. That's a constant thing. So
I'm still waiting for that, but it's good.
So if those who are on Zoom, feel free to keep on chatting, but I'm going to just share a dance that was done before Shri Mataji, which is something unusual you might enjoy. Full of surprises today.
Yeah.
I can make it work.
I should get out of the way. Are you putting it on the...
Yeah, I was trying to. 1 second. Just say it
okay.
again. Oh, I lost it. 1 second.
And you have those charts to sort of decode when you're trying to do foot soaks at home. Is that easier for you to...
Is that the card that I got?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's easy to do.
And
Okay.
instructions.
So sometimes when you're foot soaking and you're not quite sure, it's just very handy to look on the chart and have a quick read about which finger and where to place your hand. So it's just easy. But foot soaking is great. It's very useful. Even if you have any imbalances in your stomach area, it cleanses, clears that away too. So it's really good.
And it's not insult.
Yeah, just kitchen salt, cooking salt.
You don't have the handouts here, do you?
Oh, we do? They're just done. Can you pass the handouts, please?
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Completely.
Okay, you guys are ready? Oh,
One of the whatever. You can't online.
Taken to Sahaja Yoga. It's a very big thing for us. There are many other artists we have who have taken to Sahaja Yoga. As like Devi Chaudhary is another Sahaja Yogi we have. We have another Ranjit Raj, and also we have
They just go on that side.
I don't. Just enough.
Yeah, she should.
Is that a dance?
Looks like Lynn might be showing something.
They do have an academic music dance academy. Her brother, was it her brother who runs it? Yeah, I think I'll go to it.
Okay. Getting ready. Find the right spot. Here we go.
Looking at doing a study.
Adharani, Shri Mataji, and my brothers and sisters, Sahaja Yogis. This is a privilege for me, my wife, my daughter, my son, my colleague, Pandit Mishra, and my students, to present this program in a form of a Guru Dakshina. My wife is not well, just 4 weeks she has been operated, and that's the reason she is not participating in the program. But there is a small secret which I will